Hello, Brian Arlinghaus here with Arlinghaus Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning. We're over at Arlinghaus University where we're raising our own technicians. And I have Mr. Nick Glace here, who is our Arlinghaus professor. So I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to Nick. He's going to go ahead and go through a couple things that we're doing over here for the university.
Awesome. So one thing we wanted to cover with you guys was our electric boards. Really making a difference as far as getting our new technicians to understand, the basics and the flow of electricity. So what we've kind of done with these guys is we've added some loads in here with some different things, with some motors, lights, and buzzers to be able to create a kind of like a realistic application for them with that. Then we got a bunch of relays, contactors, transformers, switches, and things like that we can operate within that. So what we've done with these guys is we've created some electrical labs. And within these labs, we'll give them basically what we want to happen within that. And then they've got to take that sentence and basically write out that ladder diagram for it. That gets okayed by me, and then what we do is we transfer it over to board with jumper wires. So we've got a bunch of jumper wires here, and we basically wire everything up and make it work. So kind of an example of what we do with it is, on this lab I've got in front of me here, relay 1 will supply power to relay 3 and the sequencer when energized. Relay 2 will be energized 32 seconds after switch 2 is energized. The control voltage for both relay 3 and the sequencer will be supplied through switch 2. So they'll take that, turn it into a schematic and wiring diagram. From there, we wire it up on the board. Once it's all wired up, now we get to actually use some tools and some meters, and we get to test it out, checking voltage, amps, and ohms and things like that on the board as well too. So we're getting a lot of concepts worked into one lab setting for the new guys as they're coming in. All right, so what we were going to show you guys next, this is our classroom setting that we've got here. So we spend about half of our time in the classroom. We spend about half the time in the lab in different locations for that. Classroom time, we do a lot with computers. We utilize Nextech for kind of a base on the platform. Then we supplement it in with a lot of extra material that we've created in-house and gathered from different vendors and things like that. Utilizing a lot of technology, whiteboards and things like that to get our message across with this. Give them the basics and the understanding and fundamentals of how things work and why. That way we can take that knowledge and take it into the lab and get our hands on with it and continue to grow the techs from there. All right, so another big portion of our training program that we've got is the ride-alongs that we do with our service techs out in the field. So we kind of built into this. We gave our new apprentices some time to work into the office with me, get the basics of the service system, learning how to communicate with customers and things like that. Then once we kind of got the base and the platform built with that, we started to utilize our field service techs for some training as well too. So the way our schedule works is every other week, the guys that are in apprenticeship are out in the field 2 days a week with service techs, getting to experience that real world application out there, getting to see how they interact with customers, different equipment and things like that. And then on those opposite weeks, they alternate days. One day they go out, and half the crew will go out that day. The other half stays in here with me. That way we get some more hands-on, small group experience that way. So getting a lot of ride-along experience really helps. The guys really enjoy it. They're getting to see things real world out there. That, and it's a really good training experience for us as well too. What we do is after each ride-along day, we bring them back in, we debrief with them what they saw, what they heard, how their interactions with the customers were, and we're able to use those as teachable moments, whether it's a good thing that they saw out in the field, or there's some learning experiences that we've got for our service techs that we can carry over as well too. So we're getting the good and the bad, and we're able to teach on both of them that way for it. All right, so now what we've got here back for you guys is our training lab. We've got 5 working systems back here, ranging different, we've got some older equipment behind me here, piston on the coil with some R22, get them the look of that. And we work around, we've got some newer equipment, 2-stage heat pump paired with a 2-stage gas furnace, so we've got the hybrid system that we can work on. This one's actually zoned as well too, so we've got a fully zoned system here with dampers, bypass controls, things of that nature, fresh air ventilation kits, so they're seeing some accessories come in, indoor air quality products as well too. We've got another system here with the humidifier wired into it. We've got a duct booster on this guy here as well too. So they get to see some of the add-ons here with the duct booster. We've got a fully communicating, modulating variable speed system here. And then back in the corner, tucked back in here, we've got our heat pump system, just a general heat pump system there. Then again, we've got some air scrubbers, indoor air quality products back in there with that. And then we've incorporated a lot of the add-ons that we use out in the field as well too, from overflow float switches, easy traps, surge protection. Like what we put on all of our installs, we get the 8-layer media racks on those, so the guys get to see that. Electronic air cleaners, we've got a couple different styles with that. We've got the Train Clean Effects here, and then we've got a polarized electronic media here as well too. So a lot of hands-on work goes on back here. A lot of tune-ups. We've been working on tune-ups now for about 2 to 3 weeks, and we've got a few more weeks to go on that, just basic tune-ups, repping those to get that muscle memory going with that. That way when they hit the field, it's just natural for them at that point. So a lot of hands-on work going with that.
So that gives you a little rundown of what we're doing here at Arlinghaus University. We're just really raising our own techs. So, we're bringing them in for character, and we're training the system to them. And it is actually working out really good. So we started out with this first semester with 8 students, just to kind of get a feel for it. And we had a pretty extensive process that we went through to interview them. So if they passed the first interview, we brought them in for a second. We did personality assessments on them to really funnel it down to see who they truly were. And we had more candidates than what we thought, and it was tough to funnel it down. If we would have opened it up to 16, we would have filled 16, but we needed to keep it manageable. So to kind of get a feel for how this was going to go. So Nick, tell us a little bit about how many months that you're seeing that it's going to take to get a student that knows absolutely nothing to getting them out in a van and doing the basic maintenance following the service system.
Sure. So with the program that we've got set up, we're looking at about a 4-month turnaround on our students here. From day one, them walking in the door with no experience at all, to where we can hand them a set of keys and be confident they can go out and serve our customers the Arlinghaus way and do a good job at it.
Yeah, that's awesome. So 4 months. So it is a pretty intense 4 months. So we actually hired in these students. We're paying them $15 an hour, 40 hours a week to learn the Arlinghaus way. And we had every expectation of maybe 5 out of 8 graduating and going into a van. But I think because of the extensive interview process that we did, all 8 look like they're going to make it, which is awesome. So it's been really good. We're learning a lot, and this is the wave of the future. And we're definitely fully invested, and we're here to help anybody out there that has questions or are looking to start their own tech schools. So thank you, and have a happy day.
Thanks.